Hello everyone. So we are going to be working on the rake this time. I just got it hooked up to the 4Runner here and we're going to pull it back up to the house, and I got a little helper today. So hopefully it'll stay connected. Oh no, it's not driving. I was thinking it was driving for a second, but alright, so we'll get this back up to the house. Hopefully it doesn't come off the hitch because I didn't have a pin, so I just stuck some stuff in there to hopefully hold it on. Oh, at least we lost it there and not going up the hill.
Yep.
Alright, let's go fix it. There would be a little bump right there. It just wants to go back. Oh, that's how everything is.
I hear that thing.
Alright, there's a rock there. I moved it. We're good.
Good.
Alright, hopefully we'll make it to the house now.
Okay.
Well, we lost it again. It's trying to escape.
Nothing glass now.
Oh, what a bummer. Alright, you want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, you're back up over here. I might need to run and get an actual pin to put in there. It doesn't seem like it wants to stay here very easily.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go get a pin real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Alright, so after a couple of attempts, I just put a bolt in there. So I want to go through all this. This rake has actually been working really well for me for the past couple of years now. I actually found the service manual for it, so we're going to go through and try to grease all the points on there. I probably posted the video for servicing the baler, and from that video you probably saw that I wasn't able, or I didn't change the pickup tines on that, and I was kind of wondering if maybe I could use those on this machine, because it's actually missing quite a bit. Quite a few of them are broken or missing or bent and loose. So I was kind of wanting to put them on here, but now that I'm looking at this, these seem to be a lot longer and they have a little bit of a bend in the end of them, so probably not going to use them on this either. So that's a little unfortunate. Kind of a bummer, but oh well. Maybe we'll tighten up the ones that are on there and hopefully they'll be fine. Most of them are still there, so it should be all right. I was also thinking I want to replace the oil in this gearbox. I don't think I've done that yet on this. There should be some drain plug on here somewhere maybe, or not. So we're gonna take that lid off and see. Maybe I haven't even opened this. I thought I opened this, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Take that apart, grease all the joints up, and just get it ready for this season. All right, so we're gonna try to get this off. I'm pretty sure I've had this off before, so all these should be fairly loose on here, hopefully. Yeah, they're all coming off. They look like they've been on there forever, but they haven't. So these are all hopefully completely loose. Even this one that isn't really good. So yeah, they're all loose, so I'm gonna get this off, see what's inside. All right, got all of the screws off, so now I'll lift this up and out of there, hopefully, like that. It slides out of there. And voila, an oily mess. All right, so actually looks like there's plenty of oil in there, but I think what I want to do is try to suck all that oil out and put new stuff in there. I don't remember what was in here, and I've never changed it, so it probably needs to be changed. But it did get all over the place, so that's good. But we're going to clean it up and get all that out of there and then put new in. All right, so I didn't see a drain plug in here on the bottom of this, so I'm just going to pump this out. And the only pump I was actually able to find was this. so hopefully it'll work. Might just be really thick oil in there. There it comes. Yeah, it's thick.
It's coming.
I have a feeling it's a little muddy. Wow, that's very thick. Yeah, that's disgusting.
That's disgusting. It's going down, Daddy.
Is it? I have a feeling this is gonna take a while. Well, I'll get back to you once I get this all out of here. All right, I got as much oil out of there as I could. There's a tiny little puddle on the bottom still, but most of it's out of there. So now I have this 80-90 weight oil that I'm going to put in there, and it should be plenty thick. The stuff that was in there was like mud. It is so dark, and it was disgusting. So we are going to hopefully get enough in here. I don't know exactly where it's supposed to be filled to, but this flange right here, I was kind of thinking it shouldn't be higher than that flange. So I'm just gonna fill it right up to there. I might go check the service manual real quick too, but just get it all over everything. So for any of you that are curious in this is a John Deere side delivery rake number 594, and I found this manual online. It's just how to operate it, how to run it, all of the grease points, and there are a lot on here. Every 4 hours you're supposed to oil and grease everything on here, so that's actually pretty often. Let's see, before operation, put 3 quarts of 140 transmission oil in the gear case. That takes 140? Wow. The gearbox holds 3 quarts. At no time should oil be more than 1 inch below top of oil pan. Okay, so that is the correct amount. Flush out, refill with fresh oil once each season. So that could be why it was so thick before, and that's a bummer because I just wasted 3 quarts of it by putting that in there. Probably should have checked before I put in there. I don't even know if I've ever seen 140 weight, and it's transmission oil. Well, we're gonna run with the 90 weight this year. I know people are gonna give me crap about that, but oh well. I'm sure it'll be fine one season. I don't run it very much, so that's that. I got my little oiling can here, and I got my grease gun here. So I think what I'm gonna do first is go around with the grease gun and hit every fitting that I can find. And actually, I'll probably look at the manual because it actually points them all out. And we'll go from there. Well, all I've got to say is there's a lot of grease points on this rake. These gears and stuff over here, each gear has its own greaser. There's a lot of points on it to where you have to grease, but I'm gonna double check with the manual now, make sure I got them all. Pretty confident I did, but I'll just double check, make sure. All right, I got everything greased that needed to, but now we gotta do the oil. And on the service manual, it basically said like these pulleys for this chain lift system, these take oil, which I'm not really even sure where. So we'll just put kind of all over that. And we gotta do the rest of the pulleys on this. And then there was something on this end that took oil, but it's really hard to see in that diagram. I'm thinking maybe it might have been like this joint here. That looks about right where it was. So do that, and then we'll do these gears here. Which when this runs out, I might fill it up with a heavier weight oil. But quite honestly, I don't really use these pulleys that much, so it really shouldn't matter too much. And that really should be it. And then there was one thing. Oh yeah, it was this spring on this end. Oh, that's probably what it is on that end, is the spring. So you want to get it kind of down in there a little bit. So I bet you it's the spring on this side too. Yep. So that makes sense. Just put some oil in there and put it at the top. And that should do it for grease and oil. So I got one of these from the baler, and I just wanted to see if they were close at all. So they're actually about the same in length, but the design at the top is different, so they wouldn't actually be able to be attached on there. That's kind of a bummer. I kind of wish I would have just bought the ones for this instead of the baler, because the baler ones really aren't near as bad as this is. But live and learn, I guess. So I guess now I'm gonna try to tighten up the ones that are loose on there, but I kind of feel like I'm just gonna break the bolts and nuts off, so we'll see how it goes. So there's a lot of them that are just loose like this. Well, I don't know about a lot, but there's some of them that are loose like this. So I'm just gonna try tighten them, which I don't know if is gonna work. I don't think there's a way to tighten it, because they got like a square part on them that's supposed to hold the head, but it's not. So what I think we'll have to do, I might look for some new of these ends, new bolts and stuff. I'm probably just gonna have to cut all these off that are loose like this and just replace them completely. I can see there's actually, that whole bar has been replaced and has all new ones on it. So that's nice. I might actually go look at the other rake that I have and see if I can use the ones off of it. So the length of these from the bar to the end is about 9 inches. So let's go see what the other rake is. So the rake design on this is a lot different. The spring actually goes around the bar, which makes it impossible to replace each one, because you'd have to take all of them off to replace it. So that's not a very good design there. And they're different, so I'm not gonna be able to use these anyway. This rake, I kind of wish I could use it because it's kind of cool, and this was my grandpa's rake, but I can't figure out why it's getting locked up and it won't rotate. And I'm pretty sure this spot right here is what's worn out. It won't spin. It like gets stuck right there. And that's, I cannot figure out why it won't rotate. And I seriously think it's just because of this mechanism here is just not very good. But it's a lot simpler design, but apparently it just wasn't quite as good. But what I've kind of determined is these ones that are loose like this, I'm going to cut the bolts off and take them off. So for some reason, if they fall apart in the field, I don't have metal bits just laying in the field that I can hit with the mower or the baler or something like that. So I'm gonna cut all the ones off. Yep, I'm gonna cut all these off that are loose and go from there. Like this one up here, yeah, it's a little loose, so I'm gonna cut that one off as well. I highly doubt these bolts are gonna be coming loose at any point.
And it's really loose.
That one is really loose, you're right.
And it's going like that.
Yep.
No, no, it's going like that.
Mm-hmm.
No, too.
Yep, the other side's broke off, isn't it?
What's on me? What's that down there?
Yep. It's a bug. You want me to get off there?
Here.
There we go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alright, so all the ones that were broken half are off of there now. There are still quite a few loose ones, so I'm going to try to tighten them up, but I feel like I'm not going to be able to just because the bolts are shot and the brackets are shot as well. Probably just going to leave it at that, honestly, because I think the ones that are going to fall off have fallen off, or I've cut off now, and there aren't any more broken ones, so hopefully they'll last a little longer. I'm just going to be looking for some replacement parts. But I think that's going to be it for the rake video. I think it should hopefully be ready for this year, and hopefully nothing will break, but we will see. So we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. You want to say bye?